Last weekend, I had fun in a little town called Sandy, Oregon. Sandy is halfway between Portland and Mount Hood, so a lot of skiing traffic goes right downtown Sandy to get up to Mount Hood. So it's a cute little town. It has Sandy-style buildings, which are kind of a mountain look, lots of wood and wood cabin type of look, so it has a funky feel of the town. My sister lives out there. One of the places I like to visit is the Toll House Cafe, I think is what it's called. Not only does it have delicious pastries and sandwiches, but it also has an old-fashioned toy and candy area. This last time I went to see my sister, it was for a weekend. My sister's vegetarian, and it always surprises me with the delicious recipes that she comes up with. Then she took me to a fiber arts meeting that takes place at the Sandy Library. Now, that's the interesting thing about tiny towns. Their libraries are usually the big social hub of the community, and Sandy Library is no exception. They've got an art gallery that every month they trade out the art. They've got computers, they've got a whole teens area with chairs that you can hang out and fun things to do. They've got classes and camps. They also have a seed library. And once a year they have the Sandy Seed Swap, but they've also added this big cabinet that has all these little drawers, and in each drawer there's multiple seeds that you can check out. And the seeds are in alphabetical order according to flowers and vegetables, herbs. And it's just a wonderful little community center. The Fiber Arts group my sister took me to, she is a crocheter. And there's other people there that do other fiber arts. I'm not a fiber arts person myself. So what I did was I brought along my sketch pad and I sketched the people at the Fiber Arts group. This is the lady who started the Fiber Arts group. And she was working on this sweater, I believe it was, very colorful. And she was a very calm individual. And then this lady, she had these amazing red lips. And she was working on the thing where you have a hoop. And it's like embroidery, but it also was a very large item. And she was just working away on that. There was a fire in the fireplace. Place at the library where they had the Fiber Arts was in this cozy little corner where there was a fireplace and windows. This lady, she was a hoot. She was laughing, but I ended up just getting a little smile on her face. And then there was another lady here that was doing a green sweater for a relative of hers, but I only got part of her in the picture. So that was my contribution to the Fiber Arts group, was a sketch of the ladies who were there. Then my sister took me on this little hike through town. That's the other thing about little towns that have nature all around them, is that it's not far to go to walk into nature. We went down by a brand new skate park that has just been put in the city of Sandy. My sister was saying that people from all over are coming to this skate park because it is so modern and has all the amenities that a skate park would have. So there was a lot of people there, a lot of teenage kids, and even little kids were scooting around on their skateboards, because not only the fancy skate stuff in the middle where you could do tricks and it's like a big concrete bowl, but around the outside there were pathways that you would think, oh, that's for people to walk. Well, not really. It was for little kids to just be riding their skateboards around on these pathways. So my sister and I were kind of dodging people because we were trying to walk those pathways, and I don't think they were for walking, but that was fun. And then we walked into an area that was forested, and it was so beautiful. We were able to walk by bubbling springs. We walked down to the Sandy River. There was a place on the walk that had, I think it was called the Mother Tree, and it was some tree that was really large and just beautiful. So we were able to see that. We saw tracks of deer in the mud. So it was just a beautiful, calm, peaceful walk. And a lot of times we were quiet, just enjoying the beauty. And other times we'd visit quietly as we walked through this beautiful nature area. Then we went back to my sister's house. Other things that we did while we were there is we watched some movies that she'd gotten at the library. Did that in the evening. I spent the night. And the following day she made me a delicious breakfast, and we had talking and tea. And then we went to a lecture by a college professor at a place called Ant Farm. And it's a local organization that helps teenagers help out in the community and give back. And they have a cafe there that they can learn job skills. In that ant farm place, they had a back room in the cafe where they have speakers come. There was a college professor who was talking about some history lecture, and that was just fascinating to learn about history for free. So just spending some time with my sister in a little tiny town was refreshing. Are there any little towns where you live that have interesting things to do? If so, if you want to talk about them in the comments to get an idea of some fun places that aren't necessarily on all the maps of the important places to vacation, but people just want to have a low-key time that have that kind of opportunity. Thanks for watching Barb Talks.